Hey everyone, and welcome to part 2 of my review of my King Kong free pack. Today I'm going to be reviewing King Kong Escapes. After Toho spent a lot of money on King Kong rights for another film which we'll get to later, it's unsurprising that they'd make another movie with the character. When that movie did get underway, however, Godzilla took over Kong's role and it became Godzilla vs. the Sea Monster. They eventually did make another film with Kong in association with Rankin Bass, and this is what we're reviewing today. It was made in 1967, at the time when Toho were starting to take their Godzilla series in a direction aimed more at kids. This film follows a similar tone, but is still enjoyable for older audience members. The film involves an evil genius named Doctor Who, who's working for Madam X, a representative of an unnamed country, to help her mine Element X, a radioactive mineral which will help her country become leader in the arms race. To mine the element, Doctor Who has created a robotic version of the legendary King Kong named Mechani-Kong. Element X, however, causes Mechani-Kong to short-circuit, leaving Doctor Who back at square one. A UN submarine is at sea when it is damaged and must surface for repair. Whilst it's being repaired, the submarine's Captain Carl Nelson, Lieutenant Susan Watson, and Lieutenant Commander Jiro Nomura, if that's how you pronounce it, travel to the nearby Mondo Island, which is rumoured to be the home of King Kong. Nelson has spent many years studying Kong, and it is him who Doctor Who got the information on Kong from. As they search the island for him, Watson is caught in a battle between Kong and the dinosaur Gorosaurus. Kong, who has an interest in Miss Watson, follows him to the sea, where he saves him from a sea serpent and attacks the submarine. Watson, however, is able to persuade Kong to let go of the ship and allow him to escape. They return to New York, where they report their discoveries and their plans to return to Mondo Island to continue studying. Doctor Who catches wind of this and sends his men to capture King Kong so he can use him to mine Element X. The special effects in King Kong Escapes are really not that great. The kaiju, especially the kaiju suits. King Kong looks awful, the sea serpent looks pretty bad, and Mechani-Kong looks pretty silly. The only kaiju suit which looks good is the Gorosaurus suit, and that does look pretty good. A lot of the miniature vehicles look like they'd be more at home on Thunderbirds than in a Toho movie. However, the miniature sets look really good, and the film has some really good monster action, some highlights being the battle with Gorosaurus, and the climactic sequence in which King Kong and Mechani-Kong battle atop Tokyo Tower. Oh, don't tell me you didn't see that coming. Doctor Who is a cool villain, and Nelson makes for a good hero. All in all, King Kong Escapes is a really fun kaiju film. If you're a fan of these sorts of films, I definitely say check it out. 3 out of 5.